Hello and welcome to another command block tutorial. Today's video I have 4 command block powered weapons that you can use however you want. To start off, we have the rocket. So for this rocket, what we need to do is just take any old item, call it rocket, in this case I'm using flint as you can see, and that's it. Once I have this renamed item, I look wherever I want to shoot my rocket, and you can see big explosion. Now I have mob griefing off in this world because I don't want to blow up the terrain. It's a very beautiful map. I don't necessarily want to blow it up. But if you had mob griefing off, this would destroy the entire area. It's a big explosion that does a lot of damage. And to prove to you that it does a lot of damage, we're going to spawn an iron golem here. And you can see with it by the way it has a lot of knockback. Just 4 rockets, I miscounted. Just 5 rockets, you can entirely kill an iron golem. And it's only 2 command blocks to make this. So for the first command, what we have here, execute, and then we have basically it's checking for an item that is named rocket, and it's just going to teleport itself forward. And these little carrots just mean the direction that the item is looking, and if I have a number at the last bit, then it's going to be teleporting forward. So if you guys want to make this go faster, you can make this up to 0.9. I wouldn't recommend doing more than that, but you definitely can do that if you want to make it go even faster. The second command we have right here, another execute command. We're checking again for an item named rocket, and then we're going to be checking unless there is a air block where the item is. So that means as soon as there is not air wherever the item is, it's going to do the explosion, which is going to summon an ender crystal. It's going to summon it right where the rocket is, and then this is for rotation, just ignore that. You include it, but it's not that important. And it's going to automatically explode because we have this little bit at the end. So it's going to summon the ender crystal, and the ender crystal is instantly going to blow up. This explosion is bigger than TNT, and it does more damage than TNT, so you can have a lot of fun with a 2 command rocket launcher. For the next command, we have something a little more magical. We have an ice wand, and if I pull up my ice wand, you can see it makes a cool noise, has a little particle effect in front of it, and I can summon in some piglets as just a little example. It will do damage. You can see that they basically can't move. They're moving a little bit and then it wear off, but essentially it will slow them to basically being unable to move entirely, as well as damage them for as long as they're in your ice wand effect. And also kill them if you just hurt them enough. So, to start off, we have 3 commands that are going to be for the particle, 1 for the play sound, 1 for the damage, and then 1 to actually slow the mobs. So, the first command is going to be checking, number 1, do you have a soul torch? And I'm using a soul torch, you guys can use something else. This will work with any soul torch. I've talked about this in other videos. There's no good way to do it where it's only for certain soul torches. There's no way to check for the item's name, and I know there's a data thing, but I've talked about before why I don't like using that. Anyways, what we're going to be doing here is simply placing the particle in front of the player. So we're going to have it positioned, and then we have the carrots here that's going to put it out in front of my face, and then we have the particle itself, and then we have some coordinates because this is kind of a weird particle and it doesn't actually start where it should start. It starts off in like a corner of a block, which is why we have these extra coordinates here, because it's weird. But yeah, the second command is almost exactly like the first. Oh, thank you, Minecraft cave noises. I don't know. No, that's fun. Anyways, second command is exactly like the first, except we have a 2 here instead of a 1. Third command, once again, exactly the same command, except we have a 3 here this time. I know, it's riveting stuff, guys. Anyways, now we have the play sound command. The sound that we're going to be using is the Riptide Trident. We're going to be playing it a little bit quieter as well as a little bit slower speed. But otherwise it's the same. It's going to be an execute command. If you're holding the soul torch, it's going to be playing the trident noise. An important thing for this command, it's on a 6-tick delay. If you don't put in this delay, it's going to be weird. Every other command is on 0. This one's on 6. Please don't forget that part. This is on a 4-tick delay as well, but actually it doesn't matter. Anyways, the next command is what's going to actually implement the damage. So for this one, it's basically checking, once again, am I holding the soul torch? If so, it's going to look in front of me, and it's going to damage anything in front of my face, except for items, because you don't really want to destroy items. This number, if you want to make your ice wand do more damage, increase it, or decrease it if you want to make it do less damage. This is the part that's actually damaging the entity, and then we're giving it a freezing effect, so it's like it's actually being damaged by cold, as well as it's being done by the player who is holding the wand. So it will drop XP if you kill a mob, for instance. And finally, we want to be able to actually slow the enemies down. So very similar command to the last one, except instead of damage, we're using effect. This is going to apply the slowness effect for 5 seconds with a multiplier of slowness 5 or slowness 6 technically. If you want to make it last longer, increase this number. This number is the duration. This number is the actual quantity of how slow it gets. But that's it for the ice wand. It's only 6 commands, but most of them are just for the cosmetics. But it is quite a cool little, if you want to have like a magical tool you can fight mobs with, it's quite fun. Next up, another quite exciting one is the actual sniper rifle. You can see here I have a telescope, or what is this called? I forget what these things. Whatever these things, spyglass, that's it. I can scope in like I normally would, and if I want to fire off, simply drop the item. You can see it rockets off and kills whatever I'm aiming at. I'll get another one here. Let's see, I'll just spawn a pig. Say over here somewhere. Simply scope in. And you don't have to scope in, but, you know, it's more of a sniper if you do. And to fire, I drop it. Kills him. Now, this one is 6 commands, however, it's actually only 2 commands repeated. And that's just to make the bullet fire faster. But basically, the first command here is on repeating, and this is going to say, hey, if there's an item and its name is sniper, teleport it forward. It's actually the same command that teleports the rocket forward, but it's like a higher number, so it moves faster because, you know, rockets are slower than snipers. And the second command is also very simple. If there's an item named sniper, damage anything near it. That's not an item because we don't want to break items here, but basically damage anything near the actual item. And this number, you can make anything you want. If you want to make the sniper do more damage, you're more than welcome to. If you want to make it do less, make this number lower. If you want to make it do more, make it higher. 20 is enough to one-hit kill a player who has no armor or any special effects, so that's the number I arbitrarily chose. And that's it. Those are the only 2 commands. Now you might say, well, there's 4 more commands here. Yeah, but they're the same ones. So this is the same teleport command. This is the same damage command. Same teleport, same damage. Now you might be asking, why do you have the same commands repeated 3 times? Well, that is because we can only move it forward a certain amount, or else it's not going to be able to hit things as easily. So basically, we're teleporting it forward and doing a damage thing 3 times per tick. So if you guys want to make it move faster, you can simply repeat these commands more. So you can have, like, you know, up higher more to like 2 more, it doesn't matter. The more of these commands you repeat, the faster your sniper rifle will move. However, I do think you need at least 3 to make it feel like it's actually going to be an actual sniper. Just one more time because it's fun. Gotta lead your shot a little bit, not that much. He's dead. And that's it for the sniper command. It's actually fairly simple. And for the final one, we have the black hole mine. Now, the black hole mine is a cool little device that I can simply throw down. It's gonna have some cool sounds. You can already see it picking up items that are in the area. It slowly falls to the ground, has all these cool particle effects and cool sound that you guys can hear. And basically, we can, anything in the area is gonna get dragged over to this whole black hole because it has a really strong gravitational force. It's gonna get dragged over. It's gonna get pulled into the hole and then killed. Even big things like the Iron Golem. You can see, this is really funny to watch. Oh, this is going to be so terrible in the audio, isn't it? But you can see that I can safely approach this and say, well, now I want my black hole mine back, and I got all this loot that was all this iron, all this pork. I can simply, if I want to pick up my black hole mine, all I gotta do is walk back over to it. It's a handy little gadget that whenever you're in a pickle, you can simply throw it down and it'll pull everything in and kill them. The nice thing is, this is only 4 commands. If you guys don't care about the sound effects or the little particles, it's only 2 commands. So the actual essential commands here. So this is the first one. This is going to be executing at anything named black hole mine. And it's going to check for anything that is not a player within 15 blocks. And then it's going to teleport all those things towards the nearest black hole mines using this teleport command with a facing. It's actually incredibly simple, and that's what drags everybody in. Then we have a second command here that's going to damage anything that's not a player or an item within the radius. So currently I have it that it will only damage entities that are within 2 blocks of the actual black hole mine itself. I currently only have it do 5 damage, which isn't a lot, but you can see how fast it already kills things. You can, once again, as with all of the commands in this video, I do recommend messing around with the damage value until you find a number that is fun for you. And finally, we have the little cosmetic upgrades. First one is going to be a particle. We're just going to be executing at the black hole mines, and we're going to do an end chest particle. We have it up just slightly a little bit, but you don't necessarily need to. But you basically just copy this command. It's going to give you this kind of visual effect of these little purple particles getting pulled into the center. And then the sound we are using is the beacon deactivate sound. Once again, just execute at the black hole mine, play the sound. Now we also have it warped down a little bit to sound a little cooler. Another important thing, this is on a 10 tick delay. If you don't have this, it's going to sound really terrible. Always make sure your play sounds like this or on a tick delay. But that is essentially it. With just a few simple commands, you guys can add some really cool weapons to your Minecraft arsenal. Hope you guys enjoyed.